Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Nishan. Good morning, Frida. Good morning, everybody. Let's get this party started. It's a Friday. It is a Friday. We have 4 minutes to the cash market open, and let's get this party started. I'm going to start off with looking at the daily. Here we go. So we're getting a two-sided market. Good morning, good morning. And we are above Globex today at 151.50 is Globex. We're bouncing back. It's an inside day, meaning that the high and the low of today is within the high and the low of the prior day. That's what that means. And typically, that's a market that is consolidating. We had that news that came in at 7:30 Central Time, and the price really ramped up higher because of it. And it's just a function of trying to see two things happening: either 360 come around, or we go to Globex at 146. Those are the two levels that are critical to price action today. Anything above 360 is going to generate momentum, and anything on the upside and anything under the Globex, the shorts will start taking control of the narrative of this price action, right? So that's the first thing that we are paying attention to. Now, then we come into the 100 NT Rinko, and actually a couple of other things before that. 200 NT Rinko. So right here, you got that upward movement. What happens if we close at 233.75? Yeah, good morning. 233.75. Well, if we do, that means we close this candle lower and we establish a inception trade short. Like literally at the 233.75. Any rally back up has a stop at the 310, and you're looking at a continuation trade into the 157, potentially taking out target number one at 120, and then you are going to 957 and 794 and a quarter. I mean, those outlier events, but guess what? I mean, you saw what the market did early on, where it ran up solid for like 20 candles in a row. So it has the capacity to do that. So if this happens, then I'm expecting this to happen, or part of it to happen. So that's the first thing. Then we can come in here and say, okay, let's take a look at the 100 NT Rinko, right? I don't know why my voice is raspy today. All right, so you got a one candle reversal. So at the open this morning, we are gonna take a look and see how we react to that 20 to 30, 35, and then the 27, and obviously the 23 will be close by. Market right now is definitely putting on a bit of short formation at the open. We're 1 minute away from the cash market open. And off we go. So they're putting a couple of switch trades. I mean, obviously, what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to be patient, and just look for the premium signals. I want to look for captain setup switch trades. I want to look for switch trades when they happen early in the rotation. So I'm going to keep my powder dry. See that right there? tells me a story. ES, they put a captain setup long. They failed it. They came and retested. So now you have a pressure on the downside coming in. Continuation trades lower. So the market running up to the middle of the range within the entry point of the system and hitting target number one, target number two. So you're getting that type of rotation coming in here. They're putting switch trades at these levels. So we definitely want to keep an eye. We're going to make our 5 assumptions of the day. The 5 assumptions are saying, you know, if I'm assuming a trade, meaning I'm assuming, hey, listen, I'm going to enter here at 78, get out at 87, okay? And it happens. Well, guess what? That means my assumption came true. And if I can make 5 of these assumptions and 3 of them are winners and 2 are a stop, that tells me I'm in this 65-70% range of understanding what the market is doing, and then that qualifies me to trade live. Right? Good morning, Safe. How are you? Here we go. So the shorts need to protect 95, 75, 95, 75. Let's get that line in the sand here, 95, 75. 95, 75. Yeah, I mean, we moved to it fairly quickly. So you see the cloud shifting here. So yeah, here we go. Shift, shift, shift. Another captain setup right here. Interesting what they did here, right here. That's just a very, very long signal right here. This right here. So they broke the 95 and ran it up. Okay, well, that's, I mean, we just have to kind of listen to the market. It never gotten down to the levels that we talked about. We never gotten down to 27, 23. You know, they just put on a formation, a short formation here, and they flipped it. But they came in with this switch trade right at the inception of the new trend, and those are very strong. And you're going to see how strong they are here in a second. So that's an assumption here. That's an assumption 2 out of 5. Long and strong now. 100 NT Rinko flipped, and we are hitting target number 1. So I'm flat for the day. I didn't do any trades overnight or anything else for that matter. So we're all starting from the same position. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing here. And they're doing that again. Look at that. So they put a captain setup short on 30 NT Rinko. It's like a seesaw. Up, down, up, down, up. It's a heart monitor. Yeah, well, Frida, I'm hoping that they get something going here. There's always signals in the market. There's always signals. Let's be patient. Be patient. Okay, so what are we doing here? Hey, Gary, how are you? All right, so we got a channel number. Hey man, I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm in a singing mood here. It's maybe because it's Friday, right? So they established this channel, see the same similar pattern like before, but obviously you got to break that 71.75 now. 71.75 is what you need to be breaking. 70 and a quarter actually. All right. So they broke channel number one. Let's see how they're going to handle channel number two if they establish that. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Two switch trades up here. So there's a bit of an upward momentum bias. Captain setup on the 50 NT Rinko. Captain setup on the 50 NT Rinko. Here you go. And that one closed. So they're going to run it up a little bit here. So that's what I'm looking at right now, guys. This, look, Captain setup long. That's just a long signal. I mean, we were getting a little bit hammered on them yesterday, but whenever you have the cloud in your favor, the 200 NT Rinko in your favor, the 100 NT Rinko in your favor, and then you get these signals, yeah, it's a powerful one. So we're getting that upward momentum. Boom. Captain setup. And broke that channel along the with it. So third assumption and third trade. So we're 3 out of 3 in our assumptions about market behavior. So that qualifies me now to go and start looking for trades that I want to take. $35.50. Now, if we go back up to 21, I will have to be a big buyer, guys. If 21. Nope, it didn't. So that's fine. I'm not gonna participate. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It is a heart monitor. Look at that. Boom. So they closed the 100 NT Renko down. So that's some pressure coming back into the market. So that captain setup on the 50 NT Renko was nice into from 29.75 to about 27 points to the upside. And now they're reversing that pattern. Oh, selling here. 42.50 now. 42.50 is the new number. 42.50. If they sell it off at 63.50, you're going to see a burst of energy lower here. Here it comes. Wow. Here it comes. Here it comes. It should come at least below 60. Yeah, below 60. Here it comes. 63 to 60. Yeah, we should get a little bit of a push lower here. You got a switch trade on the 20. You know, there's just a whole lot of things going on right now. And all of them give us the impression that the market has some sellers in it. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. There you go. That's another assumption that we made. So the first 15 minutes of the market, and we are kind of all over the place here. Captain set up short. Here we go. Here we go. Sell. Here we go. 42 is we already gotten there. Let me see here one more time. Yep. So we closed that 200 in Tirenko. Big, significant move. And we need channel number one established on the short side. All the shorts in this rotation have a stop at 327. And obviously, we want to find a trade that has a low risk profile within that rotation. 10 points, 15 points max. Okay. And we are looking for targets into the 158. We're looking for targets at 120. And target number two is 957, then 794. I mean, obviously, those are outlier events, but look at type of rotations we were having before. And obviously, what you're gonna get pockets where the buyers are just gonna take control, because this is a big range that we're looking at right now. But there is a bias now, and that bias is short. And I'm looking for rallies as a buy, as a shorting opportunity. But if I can get like a captain setup switch trade long, I mean, I'll just take it. Those are. They're selling. Middle of the range, and they are still selling here. I mean, we're coming very close to at least a pause in the market, where they're going to pause it and start flipping it and counter trending here. $27.50. You get to 27.50, there'll be a captain setup long on the 50 NT Rinco. That would be important to see. I mean, that will stabilize price and will get us to the 37.50 area. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking that one, but you have to get there first, right?
Order pending. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, we took 4 contracts out, and now we are breaking even, and whatever happens here. It's just I'm looking for a bigger move if they give it, and if they do, great. If they don't, I made my money. Thank you. Let's go. Maybe one and done today, right? All right. Make me some money. Make me some money. So the 100 NT Rinko shifted positive. Oh, no. They're coming for it. That's fine. You could have it. I'm looking for a big move. I got to take a little bit of that pain. $34 would be interesting. If anything, I need to be adding to this trade right here. See, right there. Huh. All right. So if they close at 52, I'm going to get back in and get back in bigger. $52. If they go back and close at 52. Okay. Well, that was that. We gave it a little bit of a shot for a bigger move. I mean, obviously, I could have made more money, but by taking that one. But so we made $785 on that trade, right? All right, and let's see what else can we do. What else can we do? What else can we do? So what do they do here? They put that captain setup. I mean, this is what I'm looking at here. So see that captain setup long? That's what we got involved into. And all the way into that 50 that we talked about. Then they reversed it and in essence, reversed 100 NT Rinko as well. So that's just negative in its nature. They just gave us a pocket of buy interest, and we took advantage of it, and we moved on. Captain set up on the 20 NT Rinko right here. So that's moving up. Oh, this is moving up nicely. Look at that. Yeah, the shorts are taking control here. So we're seeing an early pattern here in this price. They're putting captain setups, running up to the middle of the range, and then fading them. So they're giving you like a two-sided market where you can make money out of that pocket to the upside, then fade that trade into the trend, and the trend is a negative trend, a short trend. You got a lot of things working here. One of them is the fact that the 200 NT Rinko is short. You have that 100 NT Rinko short, you got the 50 NT Rinko short, you got the 20 NT Rinko short. Basically, all of them are coalescing for a sell pressure. So really, we kind of need to be looking at that in that direction right now. Yeah, we should go higher here, a little bit higher. I mean, they're failing the structure here, the short structure. If they put a captain setup on the 100 NT Rinko, I'm gonna just jump in. I'm gonna be a bit heavy, and I'm gonna take the dips also as a buying opportunity, all the way down to that stop. I mean, that would be a time for me to get aggressive.
Order pending. Order filled.
Come on, here we go.
Order
Five,
pending.
5.
Order pending.
Give me something. Yeah, I don't really usually like to be buying up here, but I'll take I'll take it. I'll take all the pullbacks in this. 47.37.
Order filled.
27. Let's go. You know what you want to do? Let's go up. That's what you want to do. We should be up into 63 at a minimum. Captain setup long. Ooh, I don't want to see that break.
Order filled.
All right, let's see what happens here. That's interesting, huh? Yeah, we should be going up in a big way here. That's the expectation. 63 at a minimum.
Order filled.
Oh, that's not good. I don't want to see the prices dip that deep. So I need to be cautious here. But ultimately, yeah, here we go. Here we go. That's what I want to see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, they were trying to shake me out of this bad boy. 63. I mean, you got to give me 63. You got to give me 63. Yeah, and I like the fact that we dipped it here and we held. Let's see if they come back at it one more time. I got to get to 63. Just get me to 63.
Order pending.
Yeah. Why they're making it hard today? Here we go. Here it comes. Yeah, they made a switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko, so that is a good thing. And 27 should be holding as a rising support on this price action. So they just bust right through this thing and get it over with.
Order fill. Order fill. Order canceled. Order pending. Order filled. Order canceled.
Thank you. And we will cruise with the rest of the 5 contracts. We shall cruise with it. And it's either going to run up to the 300. And obviously, I mean, if I can get anything in the neighborhood of 80, I'll offload a little bit more. And I'm willing to take whatever they want to give me here. Good Lord. That was something, right? Made me stress. Well, I thought I made more money than that. 6,500 on that trade. So we're up about 7,200, and we have 5 contracts basically just sitting there. Here we go. We should be going higher here. We don't want to see a captain setup. I didn't want to see a captain setup.
Order
I'll
filled.
take that one off there just because of that captain setup. And I'll, let's see here. So I got 2 contracts left. It's either going to run from here or it's going to come back and stop me for break even plus whatever couple of points, 2.25 points right now. Captain setup on the 20 short, captain setup on the 25 short. I definitely do not want to be. Yeah, here they come.
Stop.
Really? Wow, I'm surprised. Okay. whatever. So that trade is concluded. It is concluded. So we made 7,800 on that trade. Okay. And we're moving on to the next decision. I still want to be long, but they just put a captain setup short right there. So see, right when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, man, I gotta take the big chunk of it right here, which I'm glad they did. And then I left it just in case they come here and bounce it right back up, but they didn't. So I took 2.25 points off of that. All right, let's play the game. Let's play the game. So, okay, what got us all worked up about getting involved in that trade, right? See these captain setups right here? They're just money. They're money. And they gave me one right here, the 100 NT wrinkle. So now my stop down here, I didn't want to really see that deep of a pullback, but I just took it and I just kind of added in that range. And I was looking for that, remember I said 60, 63, at least 63, because that means that this candle is closing up at least one candle in your favor. And then you got that run up. So in that run up, I got out. But that's the rationale behind that trade there. Whenever I see a captain setups, especially in the 100 NT wrinkle, I'm a buyer. And yeah, here we go. We're getting another rotation out of this. So the market is giving, so we got to keep on trading. All right. Good morning, Yanis. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Here you go. Back up to that level. They put a captain setup switch trade on the 12 NT Rinko. I was looking away, but that was a good signal right there. Man, look at that bad boy. Very nice. Wow. God dang it. See that captain setup on the 100? Powerful. Very powerful. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. So we're coming up to the top end of that cloud, but we're coming up in a very aggressive way. So I want to see. I mean, the shorts really have all the way up to 50 to protect this price action. Otherwise, they're going to get rolled over. Going to put a captain setup up here. Target number 4, they put a captain setup right here. So, I mean, the expectation is to see a bit of a drop into the 85 level. And then that's a double captain setup short. I mean, I should be taking this, really.
Order pending.
I'll
Order
take it.
filled.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. But I got a small stop on that one. And it's either going to work quickly and it's going to be a scalp. Oh, yeah. It may not work. Let's see here. Nope. Oh, they're going to come and get me.
Target
I
filled.
took a small stop on that one. If we close lower, I'm gonna have to get in.
Order filled.
I got in again.
Order
Gonna
filled.
go in again. Here we go. And let's just get this.
Order pending.
Damn it.
Order fill. Order canceled.
All right, let's get that flush here, and I'll get out in that flush.
Target filled.
I made money. I made money, but that it just. I think I got a little bit too whatever on that one, but that was just a captain set up short and covered the first one for a small stop because he was just acting because it was just going through too many rotations up there. And then I just the minute I saw that happen again, I was like, I'm in, I'm back in. Yeah, it was a double captain setup, so that's what got me, saying, hey, listen, ooh, let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Um, that's what got me kind of excited about going short up here. It's not just one signal; it's just two signals coming along together. So what happened here? I mean, I just kind of hate to keep doing this, but so gave up a little bit of money, made it all back, and then some on the second one, and the market had a lot more to give actually on that trade. So we're up 88.90. Let's just keep working, keep working, keep working. Hey, good morning, Sheila. How are you? Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Yanis, just give me a minute here, man. All right, so what we're seeing here, I mean, look at that little madness, right? So the 200 into Rimco shifted again now. So this is, I mean, that's telling me the shorts are really trying to take control here. This is significant the way they came up to these levels and produced that type of behavior. Now you have this captain setup that we made a bunch of money off of um, long early on, and that entry that we took was between 47 all the way down to 20. So we took that range into that run up into the 60s, and obviously the market even made more of a run. So now this is going to be the line of defense for the longs. You really need to protect this level right here. And if we don't, then we're going to see the lows at 200 and potentially a breakdown of this whole daily structure. Okay, so the next half an hour is going to be very, very critical to um, price action. Ultimately, if this structure holds, then your target number one is 310, target number two is 403, and there's targets in between them that we can look at. But you can tell that the market here is bleeding hard. So we need to be conscious of that. The 200 is short. The 100 is bleeding and about to break that captain setup structure. Now look at that move. That's literally a stop killer. It really will just chew through everybody's stops because trust me, people who saw this, and that's the key of that helps me out here. Okay, nobody saw that one. Trust me, nobody can. He pretty much looks at the market from this perspective that we do. And we saw the captain setup and a six-prong captain setup. So automatically, it just puts a full stop to price action. It's a full stop to price action. So we took the short there and definitely paused from being short once the market shifted the cloud. So we're not looking to go long any here. If anything, we're trying to figure out a way to go short. So people who buy dips and stuff like that, they saw this, they bought here. When the market dipped, they bought here. And then here they start wondering what's going on, what's going on. Stop, 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 stop. They're getting all stopped out right here. So it's important to not see it once it happens. You got to see it before it happens. Or at least have enough alerts within your system that tells you, there's something changing here. The longs are not as strong as we think they should be here. So that's that. They're putting captain setup short here, but the market is extended to target number 4 and 5. So I definitely want to be cautious of trying to be short here. Why? Because whenever you get into the 4 and 5 category, this is where some of the counter trending behavior started to establish itself. So what they're doing here is they put a captain setup and failed it. So now you're getting a bit of a buy interest coming into this market, and that's what I was talking about. Between target number 4 and 5, whenever you get to that zone, you end up typically uh, experiencing a bit of fading behavior. So the 16,200 needs to hold. If it holds, then the longs can start to reassert themselves. But if you give that level up, then you're breaking that captain setup. They're probably going to flush it, then reverse it. But that environment as a whole would be still um, a short environment. So we got to define the environment first. Then after that, we define the trade. Then we define the risk. Then we execute. Then we do it all over again. At a minimum, Jay, I would need the price to reaffirm itself. Two things need to happen. One is at a minimum get to 245.50, 245.50, right? Or produce a signal here on the 20 NT Rinko in the form of a captain setup switch trade, meaning, and that's a captain set. Well, let me show you an example of what I'm looking for here. Or you could see it on the 12 NT Rinko. Here we go. This formation. If I see that formation anywhere up here, that is a good reason for me to go long, but that would be a scalp. Where the longs would really reassert themselves if we get back to that 288. Okay, but that doesn't mean between now and then they're not going to put some pockets of interest that are long that we can capitalize on. So it's a waiting game, but at a minimum, break this channel, break this cloud, produce a channel to the upside, and also produce a cloud that is positive. If they do that, then now I started to have a reason to consider the longs in a serious way. Otherwise, I just have to kind of stay put. We are between target number 4 and 5, so the price is extended. So trying to get short here, even though it can be profitable, is just an extended price action. So it needs to be a quick scalp on a very specific formation. For example, that formation right here, it was clear. That's a captain setup short. You get in here, 19, you got all the way down to 11, what, 8 points, and you could scalp into that. But that's kind of what we're left with here. Boom. Well, I mean, they're giving you a whole lot more. But see, I shouldn't be looking for a long, right? The market needed to give us a lot more information that tells us being long is the way to go. We did not go to 245 and a quarter. So my mind is no. This is a short environment. The longs need to prove themselves. I don't want to get too You know, I agree buy the dip, but you got to be careful of how you buy the dip. See what they're doing here? So they flush to everybody. See that move right here is a flush. So the odds are we're going to start moving higher from here, at least on a temporary basis. So 220 and a quarter is the new level. Why do I say that? Well, guess what? Because market, I mean, they do this all the damn time. I mean, they put a very strong formation long and ran it up, and man, we made some money off of that. Then now they're breaking that formation, so the tone of this market is negative. But there's so many stops built up in this range right here, and they just, for all practical reasons, flushed it, took all these stops out, because everybody that is saw this. I mean, they're not seeing any of this stuff anyway, because they most people trade time and trade different ways of looking at the market. But on those wrinkle bars, you're you're seeing this and you're seeing this, and you're saying, okay, well, I'll buy the dip, I'll buy the dip, I'll buy the dip. Oh shit, okay, losing money. I gotta get out. I gotta get out. This is the area where I need to get out, or they are getting out off of. And this is where the big boys would be actually buying. And then the market will flip and they run up a little bit and they sell into it. And the retail clients will start kind of buying up here before the market kind of retraces back again. So in this area, I need to see a minimum reversal of 220.75, because I'm personally would not fade in here, even though I think they may pause it here. So if I'm going to go short, it's going to be a scalp. I'm not going to go long. I'm going to look for the market to prove itself with a minimum of a one candle reversal. And even then, I'm really looking for very specific setups to get me engaged and involved. So we're up 20 points in Nasdaq, and we are about to give all of that up. And guess where we heading to? See that little checkered line right here? See that checkered line right here? That is Globex, 158.50. 158.50. So they're bringing it all, and there are stops right under that one too. So they could flush them and run it back up. We're under target number 5, so the odds are we're going to consolidate here and run up past target number 5 into that 220 level. And it's coming right now. Yeah, see that they're shifted that right here. That's just the switch trade right there, and we should see a little bit of a move upward. Here you go. Almost got to that 200, and they're going to play around with it a little bit. And most likely they're going to just bust right through it, run it up to the 200, 210. But we want to see what happened there. But that's just the typical behavior of flushing everybody out and then just rally the market right back up. Then the sellers will, the serious sellers will come back in. So the 9, the 2, 9.5 is the place where the 100 Inti closes. Actually, just let's be exact here. 2, 9.25. Here you go, 200. But you gotta get to that 09. And I think we're on our way. Yeah, they're gonna fade it right here, right before they get there. So things that are actionable for me is at a minimum get to the 09, right? And then come back, retest, then give me a captain setup with a switch trade, a switch trade around target number 1. That's a good one, typically. So they established an inception trade right here at that 95.75. So that's a long signal. And let's see how they're going to break this up. They're going to break it up right here. So we're probably going to see the 09 come in. So what we're seeing here is defense of Globex and stability in price action, where the longs are trying to exert themselves, and actually after flushing everybody and their stops, they are looking to they took their money on the way down, they're going to take their money on the way up. There you go. So that closes the 100 NT Rinko, and you want the prices to continue to trade above 86 and a quarter. Sometimes you'll get a deeper pullback, into the 80, but 75 is the stop on this rotation. To be exact, here it comes. So 73 half, entry point is 84 and 75. So those are guides. I mean, ultimately, these are the targets that I'm going to look at here. So they're pulling the market back up, back down a little bit, to be expected. We want to see how if they're weak hands or not. 25%, 92. Oh, okay, almost 10 o'clock right now. All right. So here we go. So I mean, there's a game I can play, but I'm not going to play it for a lot of contracts. It's right here.
Order filled.
I'll go long, and I'll add to it 86, which is 50%, and I'll run up into the 10 if I can, but most likely anywhere around the 7. So they're playing around with that whole number. I could have made money here, but whatever. All right, all right, all right. Let's see if I can make something out of this. No, it's just still struggling here. Here we go. That's what I needed to see. I need to close above that 05. Yeah, see that right there is no good. But I have one more ad at 86.
Order pending. Order filled.
I don't want to see 70. Yeah, we gotta take it out here. So that's it for me on that trade.
Stop filled.
Yeah, I'm not interested anymore. So that was the retest in the middle of the range and the retest of, look at that. See, the shorts are still, so that was a probe for me. I wanted to see if these levels will hold, and then I can have another shot at 20 and also 40. And obviously the market is not there yet. So they flushed everybody out of that one. So it's 10:05. I think we had a good day so far. Let's take a look. All right, so we're up 27 grand for the week. For the day, we're up 81. And these are the trades that we took. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be patient. I'm very, very patient right here. And I'm going to watch and I'm going to look for very solid setups. Like a captain setup, switch trade. If I'm going to go long or look for longs, I need a minimum of that 100 NT Rinko in my favor. And also, I need to see uh, most likely even a run up in the 100 and a pullback that I can test. Because you could see how weak, there's a lot of weakness in this market. Market is short. It'll be interesting if they put a captain setup right here at 48.75. If they do that, we should expect a retest of Globex. All right, guys. I thought I was talking in the room here, but I had my mic muted. We got long here, just small amount of contracts. We're looking for, 90s.
Order
Probably should have
pending.
just been getting out of some of the stuff here. If they close this candle up at that 88, oh boy, I'll take it. I'll take another one. I'm trading small amount. Here we go.
Order pending. Order
Here we
filled.
go. And let's go for that run up to the 95. We should be able to get there. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I mean this is weird. What the hell they're doing here? They're gonna break it up, but just one of those things. It's just how they're doing it.
Order
Thank
filled.
you.
Order canceled. Order pending.
Thank you.
Order filled. Order canceled.
And we're going breaking even. Thank you very much. We do appreciate. So, all right, so that's just a kind of weird looking deal here. How they actually ended up making a captain set up a captain set up, and they just kind of rolled it over in this way. Um, but anyway, so we're up money on this trade, and I'm going break even. My next target is going to be anywhere over that 10. So we bust right through that 10, which we're about to. Then I'm gonna start. I'll peel off of that last one. I'll just put it at 11 if I can get to 11. We should get there. Here it comes. And I'm moving my stop also to this right here, to 97, and we should burst up in the next few seconds into my target. And I need a fill here or
Target
thank
filled.
you. I appreciate it. That was a nice one. And that puts me, I don't know how much money we made on that one. We made 1,000 on that one, 978. So we're up 9,080, and let's just keep going. Sorry about that, guys. I gotta just get my software back up here in a second. Bear with me. All right, guys. I was just on the phone here a minute. Um, we are talking on the phone. That's what we're doing. I think the live stream just dropped off a tad bit here, so hopefully everybody is able to reconnect. And so the question here is a simple one. Okay. All right, Lee. So I'm glad that you're reconnecting. We are at 10:40, and that last trade that we took right there was interesting, to be honest with you. But it's the stop of that was 69, and they just kept flipping and flipping, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, they're running this thing up, and sure enough, all the way up to that level, and we got out. So we made about $1,000 on that. It wasn't even many contracts at all. I mean, I just did 3 contracts on that trade because we're trying to unwind our day on a Friday. So I don't want to put that much size in. But so what's next? That's always ultimately the deal here. What am I looking for next? What is the market structure that we are in right now? And where are the actionable points for me? So if I look at the 200 NT Rinko, right, we're going to start there. The shorts need to protect 234.75. So as long as we continue to trade below that level, then the mode of this market is a short mode, meaning I need to be looking for that. But we're also at the same time we're saying this, we're seeing pockets of buy interest. I mean, obviously, I participated in one that made me, $1,000. So how do we reconcile those two ideas? Is the fact that right now they're rushing back up into that level. Once they get to it, and the shorts need to re-exert themselves by putting a one candle reversal, meaning most likely this candle right now is going to close higher, and then the next candle is going to be very critical. If they close it above the 50, then that will shift the mode of the market. Okay, so here we go. So that closed higher. Now, if the market closed down to 183 and a quarter in this next candle that we are in, then that will put us in a position where we can consider going short again, because that will be an inception trade short at that point. And if we don't, and we close above that 34, 35, then we're looking for a pullback as a buying opportunity. So we're here in the middle of the range on a Friday. And if you look at the big picture, we got involved in this captain setup that ran up very nicely all the way to 311. We got out of a lot of our stuff around that 63. We made $8,000 off of that trade. Then the market flushed this rotation and give the impression of a rally back up and flush it one more time. So they really took out all the stops here, loaded up all the shorts here, and now they're running that price back up. Atypical of how this, or very typical of how the price actually moved. Now we're in the middle of the range, and in the middle of the range, price action is very choppy. So I need proof that the market is directional, and if we close right now at 195, then that would be an idea worth considering to go short. If we drop, then come back and give us a one candle reversal, we'll start looking at longs. Right here, I need more information out of this market. So meanwhile, this is just looking at the overall structure, right? I need to come in here and see an actual signal, either a captain setup or consolidation breakout or switch trade, railroad, all these signals that we talk about all day long. We need to see that before we kind of commit to any trades. And they're running. See that 50? We talked about that 50. I mean, they're running it. So I mean, the shorts are struggling right now. They're struggling. See how they do this? I mean, it's just when I say they, just as a market as a whole, is they give you the impression of the world is about to end, then they reverse it. They're gonna show you that the world is all great and nothing, nowhere in the world. Then they tank it. It's just that constant emotional rebalancing in the market is just what you see constantly. Because we were talking earlier about, oh, here we go, we broke this, but we talked about they're most likely going to flip this back up, and they sure did. Because right here, where most people will trade the wrong, right here in this section, right here, they tend to play the breakdowns. They tend to, and sometimes it works. Hey, I get it, okay, but institutions, in most of the time, they're fading what most breakouts and breakdowns are at. So in environments like this, you'll find them buy into that run up. And here, when it's obvious that things are going to be probably long, they are selling into the crowd. I mean, look. I mean, just you guys know that you've seen this a million times, right? Okay, they flush it. Look at that. There's all these stops down here. Anybody that's still long from that rotation is like, okay, well, if it breaks the low, I'm gonna actually get out. Well, okay, they break the low, and they take all the stops out, and boom, 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 and sometimes that moves is exaggerated, so you gotta have to be very specific in how you get in there. But these institutions have staying power of buying into this and selling that, then selling all of that. Anyway, for us, we got to understand what the big boys are doing, how they're doing it, and why they're doing it, and participate in that direction. They're running it. A beautiful thing. All right, let's take a quick look here at the rest of the instruments that we follow. 122. So in crude oil, guess what they just did here? Put a captain setup long. So the protection is that 70.93 and the run up here. So we should see a little bit of an upward movement against that level 92, and you got to take profits in this area here between 71.35 to the 71.43. But that's just let me show you where it would also, if we had any other captain setups. That's kind of messy here, but it does work. So that's the captain setup right here, and it goes one candle, then it fails, and the failure is a signal on its own. So that's another one. But that's crude oil for today. Let's take a look at gold. Yeah, we need to update the new contract, but that's a move higher here. Nothing to really be excited about. YM, let's take a look at YM. So we got that rally above Globex, and now we're getting a little bit of a pullback. The middle of the range is 35,783. If we can get a one candle reversal or a higher low in that zone, then that would be a good area for us to consider going long. But we need to see how the price reacts once we get there. Let's take a look at Russell 2000. So we're shifting here. Okay, so it's weaker than, well, that's the 6 NT Rinko, so it's going to be a lot faster. But you got to pull back. When the market was selling off, it started off with this inception trade right here, switch trade, and continuation trades all the way down. So you get a one candle reversal here, then I rather see the price actually get to the 2209 before we get involved in getting any short. But here you go, an inception trade, and you're expecting a burst of energy into the 6.4, then the 4.8. That's the expectation right now out of this market, and it's progressing in that direction. Let's see if we have any more 6E. Well, that's 1221. Traded around Globex. Look at that captain setup short, and that came in, retested, and sold off. Captain setup here, ran up a little bit. It's just literally trading around Globex. So that's it right there. So we're going to end the day with 6 decisions made. We're up 9 grand for the day on 6 decisions. The big trade of the day was that 20 contract trade on a captain setup on the 100 NT Rinko. And that paid very nicely, and actually it paid a whole lot more than what we took. But I was happy with what the performance of that trade. You got a captain set up right here. We start buying at that 46, but at when it dipped a little bit lower, it got tense right here because I didn't want to see the 08 show up, and it didn't show up. It just we retested the middle of the range and then shot up. Then that's basically what that trade was. And let's take a look at it on the chart. So we bought here, we bought here, we bought here, we bought here, and sold all the way right here, and had like 5 contracts left right there, or 2 contracts I think left right there. Then the market shot up, which is what was nice. We got short right here and made a little bit of money. Then we got stopped out on that trade, and then this last trade right there for 1,000. And right here we're just basically patiently waiting. So it's 11 o'clock, and pretty much I'm going to be done for the day. It's a Friday. It's been a long week. I think we made like 28 grand for the week. The majority of it was on captain setups, and even though some of these captain setups stopped us out, overall they work more than they don't. So we're up 28, 620. We took a few stops along the way. Wasn't necessarily an easy week, but it's a profitable week. Net profit, I had one day that was not really great, but overall made our money. Distribution, in the later part of the day, I seem to be more effective, at least lately. Weekly, that's a weekly. So that's that. And that's it for me, guys. ES. Thank you, Sheila. Okay. So you're getting here a captain setup short that happened at already. So you just don't, at 90 and a quarter, and ran down to 87.75. So that was a scalping opportunity right there. Overall, we are in a channel number 1. I'm surprised I didn't analyze ES while I was talking about the rest of these instruments. But so channel number 1, then you need to see where channel number 2 establishes itself. It's typically in and around these ranges. So if this thing pulls back and then holds this line right here, then that would be an entry point for a continuation trade to target 2 and target number 3. Where we at right now, you're coming into this captain setup resistance. That doesn't mean it's not going to break it, but I don't want to be long right here because the market can just close that 88.75 and start dripping lower. So I definitely want to be patient. Where a similar pattern would look right here. Right here. Look at that. Market makes your captain setup, runs up. In this way, it ran up all the way to the top end, then retest, and then boom, boom, boom. So and they sold it off, and significantly. So you're in the early signs or early stages of something that could look like that. Okay, so if I'm still interested in being long, I need to be long in and around 83, but you need the behavior of a long, meaning that you need a high, a low and a higher low, or a captain setup long here, or something of that nature to come in at these levels to get you in. So that's where we at for now. Any other questions from anybody before we call it a day? Giannis, if you have a few minutes, I'd like to talk to you over this Ninja Trader stuff that you were talking to support about. If you're around. If you're not, that's good. Okay, so perfect. All right, so just stay in the room and we'll talk. Everybody else, Nishan, good to see you. And Sheila, good to see you. Everybody streaming, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you on the next one. I got 10 minutes too anyway. It's going to be a quick conversation. All right, see you guys later.